My daughters, everybody had boys. So 5
I
grand.
don't know what the final outcome was.
Took off to go
Well,
It hit the gavel.
skiing last week.
it's a show on the road.
Colorado, outside Denver. Burning bush. Yeah, snow was just pretty habit. Skiing when it's cold. So.
That's all we've ever known of that.
Ski?
Yeah.
I used to be, I broke my leg twice.
Oh, it's a pretty close.
Okay, let's come to order. This is the Washington Area Highway Transportation Committee meeting. It is Monday, March 27th, 2023. Can I have a roll call, please?
Craig Miller.
Here.
Ed Fisher. Stephen O'Connor.
Here.
Ray Frankenberg.
Here.
Bob Ingeman. Stratman.
Here.
Mayor Hagedorn.
Here.
Joe Holtmeyer.
Here.
Sandy Lucy.
Here,
Elby Aquacan. Bill Miller.
Present.
Tim Brinker. Chad Briggs. Jeff Niemeyer. John Milges.
Here.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I And again, good morning to all, those who traveled more miles than I did, so thank you for coming. First item is always the approval of the minutes from the previous meeting on February 27th. Any comments, corrections?
Make a
We were
motion.
busy talking a lot. Anyway, go ahead.
I made a motion.
You have a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll
as
second it.
presented. I have a second. All in favor? Aye.
aye.
Opposed? Thank you very much. Amtrak,
I don't have any report today.
Craig? You had a big report last time.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Yeah, that was great.
Well, we had a big meeting, so I guess there's something to say, so.
Yeah, it's good. It's important to attend those meetings, and you know it. You really realize it now, so. Next item, Highway 47, Missouri River Bridge. Anything new? Steve?
I know that Tim Helbush, I think they had a snooper truck out there the week of our last meeting. I don't know what they found, but I know they were doing some investigative work. I did notice last week, one night, that they weren't all working, so maybe they're working on that, but that's all that I have.
Yeah, they are working on it, and we did have a maintenance crew out last week and cleaned up about 20 bags full of trash on the Washington end. And there was a mattress under there, so we don't know if someone was maybe using it as an encampment or what, but, you know, we can't have them under our bridge, so we do put up no trespassing signs and try to keep them out from underneath our right-of-way. So they cleaned up a lot of stuff.
Just as a notice, what happened this past weekend, Saturday, I think was a nice day, and you had these cleanup crews that are out there on the highway. They do an amazing job. I mean, there must have been 30 or 40 people along Highway 100 picking up trash, and it was, the piles of trash were amazing with the stuff that they pick up, and this is all volunteer, as I understand it, and people designate areas along the highway to take care of it and to pick up trash. But there was a biggest crew, I guess, I've ever seen up and down Highway 100 from, anyway,
And MoDOT did a big push across the whole St. Louis district to clean up trash and
there you go.
sweepers and everything, so they've collected hundreds of tons of trash.
Well, mainly I wanted to commend the volunteers, that, lots of volunteers, it looked like, so, anyway.
Thank you.
And you guys provide jackets and things for safety and bags, I assume, and
We do.
everything, so there's probably other opportunities available for areas along the highway to continue to clean up and keep it clean, so.
Can I ask you a question, Mr. Chair?
Yes, please.
John,
Yes, sir.
this is still the light issue we're talking about?
Yeah, it
Or
is.
Stephen,
Yeah.
So to date, how many years has it been that's taken to figure out these lights?
We opened the bridge in 18, December 1, 18. Yeah.
I just can't wrap my head around the entire knowledge of we can't fix this in a 5-year period. I just can't understand it. I guess I'm asking Steve and see what, is it a resource issue with MoDOT, a contract discrepancy with the installer? We need to get this turned over and move on.
Well, I agree, and I've been talking to Tim about it every month, and it keeps moving, but it's just not done yet.
But I don't understand what the.
I hear you. I understand, but
We just don't know.
they're working on it. That's all I know.
Because actually, quite frankly, to the taxpayers who invested all these dollars and efforts in the project, it's dissatisfying as a slap in the face, the efforts that people have taken and made to have this not completed. And I know you understand that, but it's just truly frustrating that this continues to consume the energy of this region relative to what would seem to be a simple
Yeah, it's not simple.
big picture.
I mean, it's not a simple task. I mean, they've had a lot of issues, and I don't like to make excuses for it, but it's ongoing, and they're gonna get it fixed, but it's not fixed yet.
I hope a year from now, we're not talking about the same thing.
Yeah.
I hope we're not either.
I think the concern for the city of Washington is just understand that once they get this thing up and running, there's a 10-day warranty period, and then we take that over for maintenance in the future. We do not have that right now, to be clear. We do not have control of the project. It's still in MoDOT's hand. But once they get these things working, we take that over for maintenance in the future. So just understand what that could mean for the future as far as year two, let's just say year zero, they finally get them working. Year two, they don't work again.
That's ours.
Think about the struggles that MoDOT has had to keep them going. Just, we need to all really understand that.
Anything else? Anybody? It has been on our agenda, and it is on our agenda, and we talk about it every month, and I think they're aware. I know MoDOT is, and I'm sure they would be, they're as anxious to get it completed as we are to have it completed, so it isn't a lack of push on it. Everybody's aware of it. Hopefully it'll get done as soon as it can be, and that's really, we're at the mercy of the manufacturer who put it in, and MoDOT really is, of course, they're the contractor, but I think it's maybe more the manufacturer than it is MoDOT. So, again, not to share the blame, but it's probably more the manufacturer than it is MoDOT. So that's my comment, so. Next item on the agenda, Highway 47 Corridor Committee.
We've not met to my, yeah,
Tim?
sorry, Jim.
Yeah, come on, yeah, there you go.
The committee has not met over the past month. As I reported at the last meeting, the expressway and the roundabout is proceeding. Right now, both are in the real estate phase, and they're looking to do some borings for the expressway, the bridge. So the engineer is looking at that, and that's the status where we are right now.
Yeah, anything that we can do from our end, this committee or whatever, to help you along with the process? I don't know.
I don't
mean,
believe
it-
so.
It seems like it's just sitting there and nothing's being done, but we know there is things being done.
Right now, it's behind the scene.
It's behind the scenes. Yes, okay,
But things are moving.
okay, very good.
Okay,
Thanks,
thank you.
Jim. Any questions for Jim before he gets away?
Bill, real quick on that.
Yeah.
We do have some development in the city, just south of Studerman Road that's occurring. And we've been coordinating with MoDOT on that to make sure that whatever utilities that go in the ground, whatever they do adjacent to the right-of-way doesn't impede the project in the future. So just so you know, we've been kind of thinking ahead on those things. So just, I think it's important to note that we know it's coming. MoDOT has it on their plan. So we want to make sure we do what we need to do to not cost money in the future.
Very good. Stay on top of that one. Franklin County Transportation Committee, did I say that one already?
We met last Thursday, I'm sorry, 2 Thursdays ago, and there wasn't a lot of discussion. The only thing that came out of that really that was large was I did announce my resignation from the chair of that. So just they're in the process, I think, Berger, Harold Englert stepped up to be the chair of the Franklin County Transportation Committee. Oh, Kathy did, I'm sorry. Sorry. New Haven, that's right. That's right.
Good.
Thank you, sorry. Yep, that's what it was.
What's her last name? Trentman. Oh, Trentman, oh, sure, okay. Very good. Is that someone that might be invited to our meeting from that area? Okay, city administrator? All right, moving on. MoDOT Northeast Region, Warren County. Anything from Warren County, guys? There you go. Hi, Teresa. Welcome back. Good to see you.
Teresa Lee with Boonslick Regional Planning. So the Northeast District in MoDOT met last week. We met with the staff, Jeff City, as well as the Northeast District staff, and all of the county commissioners. They did let us know that they are moving the timing of the planning process just a little bit. So the causeway is still on the high priority unfunded needs list, but due to inflation in the projects that they currently have in the STIP, they're not sure that much is going to be moving up in the next couple of months from the unfunded needs to the STIP. So know that this is definitely still on the radar in the Northeast District and particularly in Warren County. And we'll continue to monitor it and keep pushing to make things happen.
Very good, thank you. I've had occasions to use Highway 47 a number of times. My son-in-law bought a piece of property up in that area across the thing. And I'm amazed at the roadway. Highway 47 is, you guys have done a great job of working on improvements on that highway. As I remember it from when I was in my school days, early school days, college days, we used to be dropped off in Warrenton or wherever and then hitch a ride into Washington. But that road is nice. That's a nice road, Highway 47. I mean, you guys have done the shoulders well. It's nice. It's nice for what
47 be overlaid in July.
Right.
Again?
It's on the list for overlay this summer. I think they're starting in Hawk Point, aren't they, and moving?
Actually gonna start.
They're starting here and moving north, okay. So, but yes, it's definitely, there's a lot of traffic on 47 more every day.
Betcha. And 47 is going to be a north-south highway big time in the future. I mean, based on what MoDOT's doing with Highway 70 and 270, they're bringing all the lanes, 6 lanes or whatever, to Highway 47, basically. And it's going to be a north-south major artery for the
Absolutely.
our area particularly. So anyway, very good. Keep it up.
All right, thank you.
Nice having you here, Teresa. Joe, anything from your end?
No, Teresa's doing great.
That's fantastic. But Causeway, you got that covered. Washington Special Road District. Ed's not here.
Yeah, the city of Washington's been working with the Washington Special Road District to do the next phase of paving along South Point Road. If you notice right before the northern entrance of Stonecrest, they ended paving last year just due to some cost of things. But we're working with them on developing the next phase, which would take it from that endpoint to just south of North Goods Mill. So we're, again, working with them on combining contracts to get the best bang for our buck and make sure that we get our city limits, which is the entrance to Stonecrest, taken care of with the same contract. So just collaborating.
A lot of new homes being built in that area, aren't there? Washington's expansion. Major stuff happening, big time. Old Highway 100 Bridge. Anything new, Steve, on that?
Nothing.
Did you guys get a engineer to look at it yet, to where it's
Not yet.
being studied?
No.
When do you think that's going to happen?
I'm not sure. I need
Okay.
to talk to the project manager.
Okay.
What
Well,
is the projections, 26 we
26.
start
26 is when
construction?
it's
Is what
to be
we're
done.
shooting for? It's 2 years, 3 years out there.
Well, you'll stay on top of that, I hope.
We will.
Just keep it active so that we get it done as soon as we can. Old Highway 1, okay, we got that one. Airport.
Airport, yes, hangar construction's ongoing. The building was purchased. There's a significant lead time, plus 200 days to get the building delivered. So there'll be grading, utility work, that type of stuff ongoing. So hopefully soon we'll if you get over there, you'll see some equipment moving dirt and those type of things. So it's exciting. Switching gears a little bit, we did have, in regards to the causeway as well, we've been working very diligently with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers to see if there was any federal funding available to do some hydraulic studies for what a causeway would do to the floodplain, and even a potential alternate, which could be some sort of a levee system to protect the airport. Through the omnibus bill, the airport received $3 million to do a runway expansion. Current estimates probably somewhere approaching $7 million, so we have a $4 million gap that we got to figure out how we're going to fill, but we're confident we can do that. So when the federal government's putting this money into that airport is not protected right now from any flooding event. So we started looking into what can we do that could protect the airport. So when the causeway discussion came up, a causeway is great. It keeps transportation, keeps goods, services, people moving, but it doesn't really provide any protection to the airport. It doesn't provide a potential Katy Trail connection to the south. It doesn't provide any real flood protection to the farm fields, future development, those type of things. So we talked to U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. They do have some money available. They're going to ask the city council for a letter of support, or we are going to ask the city council for a letter of support to the Kansas City District to do a $110,000 hydraulic study of what a causeway or what a levee would do. That's kind of the first step, because obviously anything that happens over there, we can't affect what happens over here or downstream or upstream or all those things. But what this would potentially do is protect Highway 47 in place as well. So it has some merit. It'll be 100% funded by the federal government. We're hopeful we'll get it in this year's fiscal year, if not next year. But they've assured us that they want to do this hydraulic study for Warren, the city, and the airport. So it's all positive.
That's a huge step. You get
And I,
that done.
and I think as this progresses, and again, it's just the engineering work, but as it progresses, we'll be going to everyone looking for letters of support. Franklin County, Warren County, State Washington.
And
School
I think
district is a
our
huge one.
representative, Mr. Marquardt, can help us on this one too, a lot. If you start, and as the rains keep happening this year, you know, we are due for a major flood year. I mean, historically, it's happened. I mean, it's going to happen again, and that's a great move on your part to get that done, to get that started, to get that opportunity.
And I know we've talked about this with others in this room, this concept. This is literally hot off the press, like last Wednesday, that the USACE said that they
Yeah,
have
it's
this
brand
money
new.
available. So
It's great, John.
it's good stuff.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
You guys, this is John's concept. And just, it's going to be, if we can get this done versus the causeway, it will save everybody huge amounts of money. It's so much cheaper to do it this way than it is just to simply build a causeway.
But we had
Plus
to
the
use it, we used the causeway as a term
You bet.
to get a situation,
Absolutely.
we didn't know what was gonna happen. We just knew that we needed to do something out there. So
Absolutely,
That
Bill.
basically is what, John took the ball and ran with it.
I think the biggest thing to think about here is that we may not have a project here in the next X amount of years. It's going to take a while. This is a huge project.
Oh, it's a huge project.
But when a flood happens, which it is going to happen, we are going to get calls saying, well, we built this bridge, we did all this work, and now the road's closed. School district's going to have to deal with that. Everybody's going to have to deal with this. It's good to just have a solution sitting on the shelf, a concept solution sitting on the shelf that has already been ran through that first engineering litmus test, basically. And I think, like I said, we're going to ask the city council for that letter of support. We're hopeful we're going to get that, but that'll really get this thing moving. So.
Very good. That's a big move.
I think it's also important to remember, this ties a lot of districts and a lot of jurisdictions together. We've got Highway 47 tied to, Highway 47 tying in Highway 70 to 44 through here. We've got counties, we've got congressional districts, and I don't think we waste the time when the water comes up. The water's gonna come up, it comes up every spring. We've got a lot of snow in the mountains. This year's gonna be a fairly big one unless somehow Mother Nature eases us into it. Let's use that to let all the jurisdictions know that we're all willing to work together. I think if we come out with this, everybody thinking the same thing, and we know it can be done. Okay, we got to do studies, we've got to prove it, we've got to make sure we're not harming anything. But look at Chesterfield bottoms, look at the Howard Bend bottoms where the casinos are up there. Same river, similar situation. Let's get this growth area and traffic area figured out and fixed. And so when this water starts coming up, that's our notice to talk to the other congressmen, talk to the other engineers, talk to the other cities, and let's get it rolling.
I agree. Thank you, Ray.
That's the goal.
That's great news.
You bet. Joe, any comments? Just, yeah, I think it's gonna be in your county. I know you have. You have been on board since day one. So anyway, thank you. You betcha. Team track.
No report.
No report. Mary Lamey, any contact with Mary on with the team track from Freightways? Just to reiterate that we don't have a user on that right now, and I think that people are looking for freight movements by train, and just a note to her saying, hey, we've got this entity, or whatever you want to call it, and it's unused. It was federal monies that built it. Is there a need? Somebody out there needs that thing, and we've got it. So, yeah. Anyway, just a contact with Mary Lamey would be good, I think. East-West Parkway.
East-West Parkway, yeah, there's some good report here. The High Street Extension South, which is part of the East-West Parkway, past Casey's development. The box culvert is in, the road base is rocked in, and that has a completion date, I think, of June 1st to get that done, but they are on schedule to get that completed. So that'll bring High Street to the former Markward Farm, and then it will tie in the Autumn Leaf subdivision as well on the backside. We're hopeful, we're not hopeful, but it'll provide a secondary ingress to the Autumn Leaf subdivision, which should alleviate some traffic concerns to some level, Studerman Road area. It'll provide at least those people a way in and out. So we're happy with that. It won't solve the problems along Highway A, but it will provide at least those individuals a way in and out. We also have been talking with a potential developer near the Beaker Road area on the first construction of the East-West Parkway in that area. So those conversations are ongoing, but we had a really good meeting last week about it, and we're hopeful that by the end of this year, you'll start to see East-West Parkway on that end also start up. So two different locations, opposite sides of the parkway, but we have, I think, an agreement that sets a good precedent moving forward, and it shows a little bit of public participation in that roadway, which is important, and it'll be beneficial to the developer and obviously everyone in the future. So we're a lot of positive there as well.
When are we looking to tie into Autumn Leaf? I had a date, I think. But
Yeah, June 1st is a contract completion date. It is rocked in right now. If you actually, I don't have a photo of it, but just drive out there and take a look at it. It's coming together.
Yeah, I walked there last night.
Yeah.
There's, the rocks all the way up to the edge of the roadway. You can't really see too much because it goes uphill from there, but
Yep.
it's getting there.
Good. Any other comments regarding the Parkway? Hearing none, East-West Gateway 2050 plans, there was
I think we just need to, Darren's on the, wait for the, right.
yeah. Yeah. Did they set a time so you guys can come and get an idea?
As soon as we get that information, we'll email it out to the committee.
Very good, very good.
Be thinking about just some things that we can comment on. I think their biggest focus, what I saw from the survey, was just pedestrian-friendly type things, which is, more urban kind of related things. But I think for us, we just need to be aware that pedestrian facilities are very, very, very important on the scoring of any projects that we put forth. So that's why we're putting in sidewalks on a lot of things. It's because we can't score well unless we have some of those things in. So just kind of be aware of that moving forward. That's a really good strategy.
Anything else? Public transportation. Teresa, you've got that, don't you? That's right.
So the Mo Rides program is administered out of the Boonslick Regional Planning Office. This is a statewide program that connects people who have transportation barriers with transportation providers. So we are that connector. We talked briefly about that last month, so I got some numbers pulled together. This is a statewide program. Statewide in 2022, we have a website. We received almost 44,000 visitors to that website statewide. And then in addition, we have a call center. So people who are not as internet savvy will call in, and we have a lot of elderly who use this service. Statewide in 2022, we received over 1,600 calls. Of those 1,600, 44 specifically identified themselves as being from Franklin County and needing transportation in Franklin County. In 2023, so far for Franklin County, we have received already 11 calls from Franklin County of people needing that transportation connection. So it continues to grow. Website hits continue to increase.
You know, the vans themselves, the buses or whatever you use for the transportation, those are federally funded, correct?
So what we have is we have both public and private transportation providers in our database. And so we will, if they call in, we'll probe what is the need, what are they needing, and see what fits for them. And then give them that information so that they can set up that ride.
Okay, very good, very good.
So Mo Rides does not actually include, I mean, they're not under your purview, those vans and buses that we see. You'll link people together, and if no one else can get them together, you might have an individual volunteer that'll pick them up, take them to the hospital, and so forth.
Correct, right. We're that link, and we try, and especially if they, are needing a medical ride, we'll go, above and beyond to try and find a way to get them transportation.
And then I've got 11 in Franklin County. Did you say Warren County? And I was listening for it and missed it. How many calls you've had in 2023?
I did not have the Warren County numbers. For Franklin County, it's been 11 so far, and those have been the call-in numbers.
Yeah, thank you.
Warren County is higher. There's a lot more name recognition in Warren County, so we do get a lot of calls in Warren County.
Very good, Teresa. Thank you for the report, and keep it up. Keep us informed.
Absolutely.
You betcha. Thank you. Any other business? We're getting through this one in, we got a half hour.
I just want to quickly say,
Yeah.
Bill, this is John's last meeting with us, and thank him for all the stuff that he's done. I mean, I don't have to tell you guys what he has meant to this committee as far as transportation, and we've had a lot of difficult decisions sometimes to go ahead and make or whatever, and John's been a big part of it. So just want to thank him for his time with us, and like I said, it just dawned on me a while ago this is going to be his last meeting, so I want to thank him for everything he's done.
Can't be his last meeting. Good job. Good job, John. We look forward to keeping you in the community somehow, all right? So
We'll be here.
Whatever we got to do.
And you've been very helpful to the committee,
Yes.
Thank you.
very helpful.
Doing my job.
Any other items that I missed or didn't talk about or needs to be talked about? If not, I'll
You did mention earlier possibly asking the chair of the Franklin County Transportation Commission to go ahead and come, and I wanted to appreciate all you guys that come as well from Warren County, the state, all that, and I think that's real important
Absolutely,
for us
absolutely.
because
Anytime we can get involved in the area, it's good.
Yeah.
All right, now I guess I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Have a motion?
So moved.
A second, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Thank you very much for coming, and great meeting, and we got it done in a half an hour.
Good job.
Whew, getting better. Whew.
As long as things are moving, there's no use to
No,
dog them down.